Hallo zusammen. As a German, I like efficiency, effizient. And maybe you do too, and if you do, this video is perfect for you because you're gonna hit 3 birds with 1 stone.
Don't you worry, they are still alive, I know.
You'll see me making delicious cookies, you're gonna find out about the recipe for those delicious cookies, and you're also gonna learn some German words along the way related to all of that. Awesome, right? So let's dive into this. Let's bake. Lasst uns backen. So when I told my family that I wanted to make a few, baking in German kinds of videos like this one, my mom actually said, you know what? Yeah, feel free to do that in my kitchen and I'm gonna help you oversee the filming and everything and I'll give you hints and because, I'm not the master baker and if I could do it, you can do it too. Enjoy the video and Mom, I love you. Thank you very much.
First of all, in German, a cookie is das Plätzchen, singular, die Plätzchen, plural, which actually is a minimized form of der Platz, singular, die Plätze, plural, the place or location. Equally common is the term der Keks, singular, die Kekse, plural, which also means cookie. For der Teig, singular, die Teige, plural, the dough, and in this case, der Mürbeteig, singular, die Mürbeteige, plural, the shortbread dough. We need these ingredients. 125 Gramm weiche Butter, weich, soft, die Butter, butter. 125 Gramm feine Speisestärke, die Speisestärke, mostly singular, the cornstarch. 60 Gramm Weizenmehl, das Weizenmehl, mostly singular, wheat flour. 50 Gramm Puderzucker, der Puderzucker, singular, die Puderzucker, plural, the powdered sugar, literally powder sugar. 2 Päckchen Vanillinzucker, die Vanille, only singular, vanilla, der Zucker, mostly singular, sugar, and some additional powdered sugar for the icing on the cookie. Apart from the small g, which stands for das Gramm, singular, with 2 m in German by the way, die Gramme, plural, the gram, another very common German abbreviation in das Rezept, singular, die Rezepte, plural, the recipe is PCK, PCK, which stands for das Päckchen, singular, die Päckchen, plural, the packet. Literally, small package, which also reveals that this term gets used for exactly that. Small packages which may contain, a little bit of powdered sugar. As you will notice, the sentence and wording structure of German recipes is very typical. They include short sentences without a clearly mentioned subject, and verbs usually appear in their infinite forms. Let's start with the first step. Erstens, Mürbeteig kneten. Kneading shortbread dough. Alle Zutaten in eine Rührschüssel geben. Place all ingredients in a mixing bowl. Die Zutat, singular, die Zutaten, plural, the ingredient. And die Rührschüssel, singular, die Rührschüsseln, plural, the mixing bowl. Mit einem Mixer, Knethaken, zunächst kurz auf niedrigster, dann auf höchster Stufe zu einem glatten Teig verarbeiten. Using a mixer, dough hook, first mix briefly on the lowest setting, then on the highest setting until you have a smooth dough. Der Mixer, singular, die Mixer, plural, the mixer. Der Knethaken, singular, die Knethaken, plural, the dough hook. Hier habe ich etwas Mehl auf der Arbeitsfläche verteilt, damit der Teig nicht kleben bleibt. Here I've spread some flour on the work surface so that the dough won't stick to it. Teig halbieren und jede Portion auf der Arbeitsfläche zu einer 15 cm langen Rolle formen. Halve the dough and shape each portion into a 15 cm long roll on the work surface. Halbieren, to halve. Die Arbeitsfläche, Singular, die Arbeitsflächen, Plural, the work surface. Die Rolle, Singular, die Rollen, Plural, the role. Vor dem ersten Kaffee Klappe halten. Keep your mouth shut before the first coffee. Die Rollen etwa 30 Minuten in den Kühlschrank stellen. Place the rolls in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. Die Minute, Singular, die Minuten, Plural, the minute. Der Kühlschrank, Singular, die Kühlschränke, Plural, the refrigerator, literally the cooling closet. Inzwischen das Backblech mit Backpapier belegen. Meanwhile, line the baking tray with parchment paper or baking paper. Das Backblech, Singular, die Backbleche, Plural, baking tray. Das Backpapier, Singular, die Backpapiere, Plural. Backofen vorheizen. Umluft. 160 Grad Celsius. Preheat the oven. Convection. 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Der Backofen. Singular. Die Backöfen. Plural. The oven. Vorheizen. To preheat. Die Umluft. Only singular. Convection. Fun fact, by the way, in Germany we're using the Celsius scale for temperatures, but the US and a handful of other states use a temperature scale invented by a German, Fahrenheit, meaning Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit, who was a German physicist and inventor. Zweitens, Teig backen. Baking the dough. Jede Rolle in 1 cm dicke Scheiben schneiden. Cut each roll into 1 cm thick slices. Die Scheibe, Singular, die Scheiben, Plural, the slice. Schneiden, to cut. Scheiben zu Kugeln formen und auf das Backblech legen. Shape the slices into balls and place them on the baking tray. Die Kugel, Singular, die Kugeln, Plural, the ball. Formen, to form. Legen, to lay. Mit einer Gabel Vertiefungen in die Kugeln drücken und backen. Use a fork to make indentations in the balls and bake. Die Gabel, Singular, die Gabeln, Plural, the fork. Die Vertiefung, Singular, die Vertiefungen, Plural, the indentation. Backen, to bake. Backzeit 13 bis 15 Minuten im mittleren Einschub. Baking time 13 to 15 minutes on the middle rack. Der Einschub, Singular, die Einschübe, Plural, the rack. Anschließend die Plätzchen mit dem Backpapier auf einen Kuchenrost ziehen. Then transfer the cookies with the baking paper to a cooling rack. Der Kuchenrost, Singular, die Kuchenroste, Plural, the cake rack. And last but not least, etwas abkühlen lassen und dann mit Puderzucker bestreuen. Allow to cool slightly, then sprinkle with powdered sugar. Abkühlen, to cool or to cool down. Bestreuen, to sprinkle. Like I said, ziemlich einfach. Pretty easy. I mean, I was able to make them and they actually taste great. I hope you enjoyed this little video and you not only learned a new recipe, but also some German along the way. And with that being said, definitely thanks for watching. Tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal.